Hello and welcome to the University of Kent's School of History. My name's Dr. Robert Gallagher. I'm a lecturer here in earlier medieval history and I'm also the Director of Recruitment and Admissions. In this short video, I want to introduce you to our wonderful department and I want to present to you what I consider to be the top 5 reasons why the University of Kent is such a fantastic place to study the discipline of history. So, the first of these 5 reasons is this. We offer our students an incredible range of modules to study. The School of History is home to approximately 30 historians, including myself, and the individual expertise and teaching of our staff represent over 1,500 years of history, from the end of the Roman Empire in Western Europe all the way up to the early 21st century. Some of our historians work primarily on the history of Britain, but others explore other parts of the world, including regions of continental Europe, the Near East, Africa, China, India, and North America. And we investigate and teach different types of history, including cultural, diplomatic, economic, medical, military, political, and social history. This intellectual breadth is something that we're particularly proud of, and because we want our students the opportunity to explore as much of this as they want and they can, our curriculum is designed to maximise choice, i.e. there are very few compulsory elements, which makes our degree programme particularly unusual. So here's the structure of our single honours BA in history to give you a sense of this range. As you can see, marked in blue, there are only 2 compulsory modules. The first is the first year course called Making History, and then in the 3rd year there is the dissertation. The remainder of the degree is made up of optional modules worth varying numbers of credits. Each year a student is expected to take 120 credits. And as well as the optional modules offered by our historians, students can also take a limited number of elective, or what's also called wild modules, offered by different departments. And in addition to this, our students also have the opportunities to take a year studying abroad or a year in industry. To give you a flavour of this breadth of teaching, here's a list of some of the first year optional modules that we run. This includes, as you can see, for example, early medieval Europe, a global history of empires, 1500 to 1850, the emergence of America from European settlement to 1880, and 10 technologies that changed the world, amongst others. Now, my second point as to why Kent is such a great place to study history is this. We teach what we research. As well as being passionate teachers, our historians are active researchers, many of whom are internationally recognised world leaders in their specialist fields. Here, as you can see on the slide, are some of the books that have recently been authored by members of the department, including, as you can see in the top left, we have here Anglo-Papal Relations in the early 14th century by Professor Barbara Bombay. Next to that, you can see Professor Karen Jones's Calamity, The Many Lives of Calamity Jane, and next to that, you can see Dr. Ben Marsh's Unravelled Dreams, Silk and the Atlantic World, 1500 to 1840. And we don't just write about our research, you'll also find our historians giving public talks, contributing to exhibitions, and speaking on TV and radio. All of which is to say that our students are taught by experts who are very much a part of the current and future developments of their fields. And it's that intellectual dynamism that makes our department such a special environment for learning. My third reason why history at Kent is so fantastic is that our students get jobs. History as an academic discipline is highly sought after by employers due to the skills that sit at the core of its training. that is to say, those research skills, the critical thinking, analysis and synthesis of complex information, the ability to write clearly and persuasively, and the awareness of context that students develop, which allows them to understand their surrounding environment. Our students acquire these transferable skills in an abundance, and they go on to work in a wide variety of careers, including as lawyers and solicitors, as you can see there, teachers, university researchers and lecturers, archivists, librarians and museum curators, civil servants, politicians and accountants. For example, one of our alumni is now the chief executive of ITV. Reason number 4, our students are very satisfied. This is reflected in the high satisfaction rates that we consistently get in the national student surveys and in league tables. For instance, as you can see there in the most recent national student survey, over 91% of our students agreed that subjects were made interesting, that the staff were good at explaining things, and that time was taken to explore ideas and concepts in depth, which is so important to what we do. Similarly, according to the Guardian University Guide 2020, over 92% of our final year students were satisfied with teaching. And more generally, the School of History has played a big role in helping the university achieve a very highly regarded TEF Gold Award for its teaching. On an individual level, we're also incredibly proud of our very own Professor Julie Anderson, who 2 years ago, Julie is one of our medical historians, and she was awarded the Royal Historical Society's Ginty Nelson Award for inspirational teaching and supervision in history. While our teaching is of course crucial to why we receive such high student satisfaction ratings, this satisfaction is also a reflection of the broader sense of community that we have here, and it's something that we celebrate hugely in the School of History. Fostering a friendly, inclusive environment for all of our staff and students lies at the heart of what we do, making sure that we have the opportunity to get to know one another, to care for one another, and to share our passion for history. Throughout the academic year, therefore, we have lots of events, including start of term quizzes, barbecues in the summer, and regular guest lectures with drinks receptions. We also have strong support networks in place for our students, including the development of individual inclusive learning plans, our academic advisory system, and the pastoral care that we provide. And our students and our community also benefit from having 2 brilliant student-led societies, the Student History Society and the Student Military History Society, both of which organise lots of social events throughout the year, as well as excursions and trips. And you can see on the slide, the photo there is from a recent trip organised by the Student History Society to Berlin. Such is the success of our Student History Society in particular, that it boasts to be, and it is, the largest department-specific student society in the entire university, and we're very proud of it. My final reason as to why history at Kent is so special is of course because of our unique location in Canterbury. Canterbury is one of the most historic sites in Britain, in Europe even. History is all around us here in Canterbury, and indeed the city is home to a UNESCO World Heritage Site that includes the cathedral, the medieval ruins of St Augustine's Abbey, and the incredible St Martin's Church, which has been in continuous use since the 6th century. It's impossible not to be inspired by these surroundings, and we strive to utilise this unique landscape and these unique resources in our teaching, with trips, for example, to the Beanie Museum and to the cathedral, to examine its buildings, as well as its astounding documentary collection, which includes some very special early medieval documents, among many other things. And we're also exceptionally lucky to house the British Cartoon Archive within our own university library. So those then are my top 5 reasons why history at Kent is so special, but there are certainly other reasons as well. So what next? The crucial information for applicants is that our A-level tariff is BBB, though we aim to consider each applicant on their own terms, so please do speak to us if you have any questions about this. Our current applications page is live, where you can read more about our single and joint honours programmes, and if you want to get more of a flavour of some of the topics that we research and teach, you can also sign up for our free online course, which is called From Waterloo to the Rhine, the British Army 1815 to 1945, and you can see the web address for that on the screen right now. More generally, if you have any questions or would like to chat with us, do please get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. You can also email us at any time at history-admissions@kent.ac.uk, and you can follow us on social media. You can see there, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, where we regularly post news about the ongoing activities within the School of History. So with that said, I'd just like to say thank you so much for visiting today, and we hope to see you very soon.